Give you back into our Pioneer postgame where the Pioneers fall to the Wingate Bulldogs by a final of 85-70. For Bryant State, joined by Pioneer coach J.T. Burton. Great effort here today. And as I look through the numbers, I don't see a lot. I think early in the first half, they got some second chance. They got us on the boards a little bit, which gave them some momentum. And games are, you got to play the full 40. And I think it was that first half where they kind of built some momentum there and just kind of rode that momentum through the game.
Yeah, I mean, the first half they out-rebounded us, and they had 8 offensive rebounds. And that was huge in the first half. And Brian, I thought we defended pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, you go look at their numbers in the first half. They shot 18% from the three and, 62% from the field. And, from the three, we got to guard. It's just that the offensive rebounds, the second chance points is what happened. And you can't give that up. We got to figure out something to where our post players, I have to make sure where they blocking out and getting the rebound, because that ended up catching us the second half.
Yeah, and that really, when you look at the numbers, everything else good outside of just some weird misses at the free throw line from guys that don't typically miss, and that's it. But that's the fine line right now in this league.
Man, you got that right. It's a fine line, and I try to tell these guys, man, it's a game. It's all it is. Don't put that much pressure on you to where you have to, think it's the end of the world. And I know it's easy for me to say, but, these guys, what's crazy is they get in here and work at it. They work at it. And that's the way the ball bounces sometimes, And that's very unfortunate. Today, the ball didn't bounce our way. And I have to do a better job of getting these guys figured out, especially from beginning to end of the game.
I thought what Wingate did, Brian does a good job with them, number one. Maybe a little bit undersized, but what he has is speed, and they're able to spread you out, and their two guards can get to the rim, and they did that occasionally today.
Yeah, I thought we did. We got a little mixed up in our coverages because when we cut it to I think it was 8 here late, and then they got the wide open three-pointer right out of a timeout, and that's just being, not being communicating. But, again, that's on me, man. I got to, tell them and make sure that they get it and do better, especially executing stuff on our timeout on the defensive end, because you give they're the older team. You give those guys some confidence, because they've had a gauntlet. Now, they've been on the road the whole time. So you give those guys confidence, they're going to feed off that, and we was able to capitalize when we wasn't. They made the open threes and we didn't, and that kind of hurt.
All right, now on the flip side of that, we're down 11. And you guys go on a spark. TJ played with his hair on fire to start that second half. He got to the rim. Bryce was getting to the rim. TJ was getting to the free throw line, knocking those down, eliminated an 11-point deficit on a 12-0 run. And that's what's exciting about this team. That's what I enjoy about watching this team.
Brian, believe it or not, we're getting closer. It's the little things with this team that nobody sees, and that's what we have to get better at. And it ain't. We don't take – this team is God's got a different plan for me, I'm telling you, because it's not a big leap. It's gradually, and I think – and I'm hoping we continue to improve on certain areas, because when we do, I think by the end of the season it'll help us. But when TJ's playing like that, we need him on the floor. And that's why I told him you can't pick up 2 unnecessary fouls. He's very emotional. He wears it on his sleeve. But he had 16 points, 10 rebounds. And I told him, you do me no good sitting on the sideline. But I love that kid. You've seen him grow. TJ came here as a walk-on. Yep. TJ Printup did, and then look at him. He was on the player list to watch, and he has 16-10 in the conference game. So I think we'll be okay. We just got to make some shots, man. We got to make some shots from outside.
Yeah, and that's it. 2 in the first half as well, then you hit with 5 in the second half. But you did a good job managing the game. They didn't just settle for threes until obviously late. But they're learning that aspect with you.
We tried to, with this, I got to do a better job of, getting them inside. But they've done a really good job of driving the ball, playing on the inside, taking what they give, because we shot 51% from the field, and that's pretty good. But now, it's the game now, okay?
It is.
And if you can make, say, we went 7 of 21, okay? Now, we went 7 of 24. If you make 10 of those, it's a different ball game. You make 11 of those, it's a different ball games. And what the one thing about them is, I promise you, they'll be in here. Some of them will be in here tonight shooting. That's the thing. That's why I tell them. One of the things I tell them, Brian, how you gonna react when you know you put the work in and you don't get the results that you want. and because this is microwave society now more than ever, and so these guys are really learning like how that works, and they'll do it. I got to do a better job of getting them there and preparing them and getting them to understand those situations, but we'll be okay.
Chance to be exposed tomorrow. You go to ETSU to play in an exhibition game. Carson Newman and Catawba wrapping up this homestand. So a busy week for you guys.
Man, it's a gauntlet. I mean, thank God at home. I mean, you have to play these exhibition games. You know, I kind of look when I scheduled it, I was like, we're good. But boy, once you get into the heat of it and you're like, God, you got to go play a game like that because they're really good.
Yeah.
I mean, but we need the money, and we'll go over there. We'll have fun, man. We'll try to make it competitive as possibly, but, you know, we got to get prepared for Wednesday.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Carson Newman. You talked about it. Life's more important than it's not. Life's just a game. There's a lot to life. You know, Tusculum lost a student last night, and there's a lot of, you know, I heard about it. I was on the road, and I couldn't believe it's my street, you know, and I live there. And I'm just like, oh, and that hurts. And I know this community is hurting for that.
To lacrosse people, lacrosse family, the head coach of lacrosse, you know, praying for those guys, Peyton Cook and his family, keep praying for them because life is so, like, fragile. I mean, you think about it. Those guys was in the dorm, probably, you know, hanging out. Let's go. We got to hurry up and get there.
Yeah.
And then you don't make it. You know what I mean, Brian? That's rough because, you know, when we had that accident, you know, happen with my niece, that kind of changed everything for me. You know, like right now, I'm sorry I get a little emotional, but it's just, you know, we passing through, and you got to enjoy the time while we are here. And to all the students and everybody here, you know, especially the administration, Josh Ely, you know, Dom Donnelly, yourself, everybody, Dr. Hummel, you know, those guys, I'm pretty sure, you know, they got it all taken care of. But that family and that mother, when she, you know, was told that her son, I think he was 19 years old, that's rough. And then, you know, we tend to forget about the coaches, though. Yeah. And those kids was in their car. They'll live with that for the rest of their life. So I'm praying for them. I was praying to God that we won today, kind of lift everybody's spirits. But that's rough, man. That's sad. But that's why I say it's just a basketball game.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
He's Pioneer coach J.T. Burton. Final thoughts when we come back after this. It was Wingate 85, Tusculum 74. Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.